Hey everybody, Fen here playing Ominous Bequest Gold, a Thief FM by Pepper Shaker. Last time, which is to say just 30 seconds ago, I finished doing a loot run, ending on some friggin' nonsense attempted humor. So what I have to do now is carry on with the mission, and in order to do that, well, we're gonna have to see, because it is involving some dastardly deeds, by which I mean going an event. Oh yes. Now remember, this time I'm gonna go up this side because it's some fantastic variety. Some nice music, that. Now, I said the exit to the mission is this way. Of course, I was wrong. I'd completely forgotten the very sizable amount of stuff there is left in the mission. Quite a lot more than you would think. That's the great thing about this mission. You think it's just an ordinary mansion mission, but then the plot thickens and thickens and thickens. And you remember those old Apple posters for the old power books, like back in the late 90s or the early 2000s or something, where they were like, the plot thins. The plot thins. That was a clever, it was clever, you know, is what I'm saying. And getting up here is kind of hard for no reason. So I forget exactly. Okay, well, I can't get there yet. I will be able to get there later. Spoiler, I did finish most of the level the other day off camera to find the loot, but not all of it. Anyway. Dear Mr. Garrett, first of all, I want to thank you for your invaluable assistance. In a way, it is ironic having to hire a thief to find the treasures hidden in your very own home. But I was fed up with searching all nooks and crannies of this damned manor for secret hiding places. You see, my father was rather paranoid about his valuables getting stolen, and when he passed away, he left me with a testament listing items that were hidden away somewhere in this manor. I was never good at finding such concealments, and asking somebody else to search the house was out of the question, until I had this most ingenious idea of bringing you into the picture, a master thief, most skillful in his profession, but easily blinded by his greed. You are indeed very predictable, Mr. Garrett. Grimworth, the antique dealer who hired you, was none other than I in disguise. I knew the highly exaggerated story about my demise would be reason enough for you to go on to this staged treasure hunt. Reference. Luckily, my two sons are as stupid as rocks, so it was as clear that you'd be the one to find my testament first. And here you are, your bag filled with the missing pieces of my father's bequest. As for the horn and the painting, you can keep them. I just mentioned them in my last will so I could report them stolen and collect the insurance money. The other items I'm going to claim back from you in a few moments. Goodbye, Mr. Garrett. It was a pleasure having you at my service, and I think you'll find your reward quite original. Best wishes, Lord Robert Farrington. Oh.
Is this a thief I see before me? Be gone with you, lout.
Sorry, I didn't have time to explain that. When searching treasure or enlightenment, the sun rises. Oh, what did it say? Some items. The prey shall be the one to signal the beginning of the hunting season. So I blew the horn, and that hole in the floor opened up. That is what happened, because it was a bit chaotic, and there was a guy up there calling me a lout for some reason. I guess that was Farrington watching for me getting killed somehow. Now let's see if I can remember where the other few pieces of loot are. Now, what have we here? I love the design of this hall. It's beautiful, the triangular shape. Like, this architecture is fantastic. And it looks like Quake 2 sort of style hallways for some reason. Whoever may read this, these halls were once a place of research and learning for the Order of the Dawn. We were mages devoted to finding answers to mankind's most fundamental questions that should lead us to a new dawn of enlightenment. But alas, our order is no more, and this scripture shall shed some light on the circumstances that led us to leave this place behind. The founding mages of the Dawn Order chose this underground location because of its remarkable arcane activity. They let miners carve out these corridors and chambers to provide a space for members to research and study undisturbed from the outside world. The Dawn Order flourished for many generations. But one fatal day, Archmage Celeazar decided to engage a well-known but very questionable necromancer to explore the subject of life and death. Kadar, so the necromancer's name, abused his privileges exclusively for his own dark plans. Kadar is like the name of that guy in T2X. Interesting. But this was before that, so... He built 3 chambers to perform a bizarre ritual which he hoped would enable him to achieve immortality. He stole the Book of Souls from the Order's library and explored nearby caves to retrieve a powerful Crayman artifact. How would Craymen even make that anyway? They're just like... I don't know. Fortunately, before Kadar could finish the entire ritual, 3 Dawn Mages went out to oppose him. In the resulting battle, nobody emerged victorious. The 3 mages perished, just as their enemy. 3 went out to oppose the threat, huh? From then on, the Dawn Order was cursed. Archmage Celeazar lost his sanity and died shortly afterwards. Other members felt the underground halls disquieting and interfering with their studies. In the end, it was decided to leave this place and everything connected to it behind. We are going to seal all entrances to these halls except for one, which shall open to the call of my horn. May knowledge lighten your path to understanding. Deloran, 2nd Mage of the Dawn. Well, now it's starting to come together a bit. Legendary Artifacts Part 2. The Book of Souls. Despite its poetic name, the Book of Souls is an extremely dangerous reading for the unwary student. The tome can change the words on each of its pages in order to ensnare the reader and eventually devour his or her soul. Countless individuals already fell victim to the book's evil spell. Since there is no known way to destroy the Book of Souls, it is currently locked in the Order's library for safekeeping. The Zorazra. There is not much known about the race of Craymen, but one legend tells about the Zorazra, an artifact said to have immense arcane power. It is unclear how the Craymen managed to craft such a powerful relic, nor is anything specific known about its purpose. However, there are rumors that the source of the large amount of magical energy flowing through our halls is the Zorazra itself. Why is there like an apostrophe there, but it's like, it just sounds like Zra. That's a mighty slideful ladder there. Greased floors or something. And that is that. I tell you, these halls are just beautiful. No, I can't go there yet. It's over here, looks like it's almost another full video already. Boy, time flies when you're having some awesome times over here. And now I have to walk all the way back. Well. I see. Welcome to my lair, Mr. Garrett. These are the ancient halls of a long-extinct order of magicians who once lived and worked here. I was a valuable member until fellow mages decided, out of sheer jealousy, to denounce my studies as unethical. Although you may not know me yet, I have been following your steps for a long time. Luring you to Farrington Manor was my idea, and it was me who told you how to escape Robert Farrington's trap. He was a mere puppet in my plan to bring you to where you are now. Unfortunately, you are trapped again, and this time you shall help me before I let you go. I am Kadar, great magician and master necromancer. The ancient tome you are carrying, the Book of Souls, has been my last refuge for many decades. My only way to influence the world has been through the written words on these magical pages. Edward Farrington was the one who found this book. He was useful, but in the end, he failed me. His son Robert was a far less effective slave, but thanks to him I could finally find you as the ideal pawn to fulfill my plans. It was your connection with the gemstone called the Eye that made me choose you. The power of the Eye made you immune to the danger the Talisman of Life normally posed to a mortal being. Nobody else would have been able to pick it up without being turned into an undead creature. Now, it is time for me to escape this prison and finish what I began so long ago. The purpose of this room, the beta chamber, is to bring me back to life. Use the artifact you brought along, not only to free me, but to be a free man yourself as well. You might be asking yourself why you shouldn't just toss the book into the nearest lava pit. Well, go on, try to throw the tome away. You can't. The only way to make it leave your hands is to place it on the pedestal in the beta chamber. You better hurry, Mr. Garrett. There are craymen nearby, and they sense the presence of the Zrazra. Needless to say, you wouldn't stand a chance against them if they saw you carrying their holy relic. You must cooperate, because I am the only one who can bring you back to the surface alive.
Are the craymen immortal then? Anyway, looks like things have taken a turn for the unfortunate. But that will be next time. See you guys tomorrow.